So I thought I'd bring you guys along as I assemble 3 of these Cummins side draft runners. These are machined out of a solid piece of billet 6061. They're all machined by a local diesel shop. Then these tubes, the tube runners go on top of them like that, get welded all the way around. And then on the end of them, one end gets just a ring welded on it, and then a V-band welded on top of that, which I don't actually have them right now. And then just an end plate, some holes. They tap these holes out for some sensors that go in the intakes on these pulling trucks. But I thought I'd bring you guys along how I fit them up and assemble them and do all the welding and everything. I do run a helium mix on these. It seems to really work a lot better with this piece of billet. So I'll take you guys through, show you how I tack them up, and then we'll get into welding them. So I got it here on this 24 valve head, and all I use the head for is just to hold them. And then once I weld them, I like to bolt them down good and just make sure that that sealing surface stays nice and true and flat. So they gave me this old head. It's junk, and it works out perfect for that. They machined it, and it works out good for that for me, because then it gives me something that I can put them on to where I know that if it stays nice and straight on this, I know it's good. I go through and just snug a few of these bolts just to tack it. So all I do is I get a piece of scrap aluminum and I put in here and I clamp on the ends just to hold it good and true. It'll move a little bit, but I'll get a tack on one side and then I'll cheat it around to where it's perfectly square. All right, so that one's tacked up. Didn't take too long. We'll go ahead and yank it off there and get another one fit up. Had some people tell me they didn't like when I put music in the videos. I'd like to know what you guys think. I kind of thought it was nice to throw some music in there when I sped the videos up when I'm welding and stuff, but I had some people comment they didn't like that, so I'd like to hear what you guys think of that. Adding that little bit of helium makes such a difference when you're tacking stuff like this. Just seems like you don't have to wait for it. Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and get this one prepped up, wiped down with acetone. get it set up to weld, and we'll start welding these things. So I want to apologize. I just bought some new mics to try to make my videos better and realized that the mic is making a bunch of rattling noise and it's making it worse. So I think I could fix it, but I'm going to show you guys. I got this laid down on its side. The first thing I'll do is I'll weld up both ends so it can't move. And then I'll go down and weld the top. I'll flip it over and I'll weld the bottom. This is just a piece of scrap aluminum I cut and set on top of here, try to make a smooth surface to weld and rest my arm on as I go down through there. I'm going to try to set the camera up down low to where you guys can kind of see me welding. But I'll set my chair up over here off this side and we'll get welding and see how it does. So we'll go ahead here and wipe this down with a little acetone. All these parts I weld that are machined, I find that if you don't wipe them down with a little acetone, you end up having issues with the coolant that they've used. And like it burns to the surface of the aluminum. It looks terrible. I've learned that the hard way. So before I start doing one, I just wipe them down real quick. And it seems like as long as you wipe them with a little acetone, it gets rid of it. And you don't have any issues welding. We will throw a little preheat in this just to kind of help just with the MAP gas. I've talked about it before. A lot of people think that water you see right there is coming out of the material, but it is not. It's just condensation from heating the air around the cold part. So they didn't turn out too bad. It's hard to go down through there without having a few restarts, but I think that turned out pretty good. Go ahead and get the other one clamped up and start welding it out. So we got the next one here ready to go. Let's see how this one turns out. If anybody noticed there, I did turn the frequency up to 125. I ran 60 hertz on that first one. I wanted to see how it did. And I thought, you know what, I didn't really like it, so I turned this one up to 125. But I'll go through all the welder settings here in a little bit with you guys. That one turned out good. You can still see how even after wiping it off, we got a little bit of that black stuff that's coming from the coolant. This might be my favorite tool that I've ever bought. I got all DeWalt stuff, and this is a variable speed end grinder. It's got 3 speeds on it. I mean, it'll go slow or fast or in between, and like, it's just so nice for doing this stuff on the fly. I got a compressor, I got a bunch of air tools, but I've found that, you know, it's just annoying listening to that air compressor run. Something like this really makes the job so much easier when you got it. So I thought I'd go through here and show you guys real quick how I got the machine set up. That first runner I ran 60 hertz, and then I didn't really like the way it was welding, so I switched it to 125. Ran the balance at like 25. It seemed to work really good there. Pre-flow 1.2, 1.3, and post-flow around 8 seconds. I am running a 55, 54 filler wire for the temperatures these things are running, and then 287 amps. But if you're not using helium, you know, you'd probably be a lot hotter than that. The helium, you know, makes it weld a lot hotter. So you kind of got to you know, me using the helium kind of is going to throw somebody off if they're trying to do the same project with pure argon. So I've showed you guys before, but I just have a small helium tank, and all I'm doing is floating the ball on the helium regulator. And then we got a Western Y, and I was running 15 CFH on the Victor flow meter up here. And it seems to be welding really good. So I thought I would show you guys that. Obviously, we're running the water cooler, but I have it turned off to do the video because it's so loud. But we'll get back to welding, and we're going to finish this up. I thought I'd go ahead here and wrap this video up. The next video I'm going to do will be part 2 of these. I'm going to put the ends on them and the vibrant clamps. So I'll go ahead and get a video of that made when the clamps come in. But that's as far as I could go right now, and I thought I'd go ahead and get this video done. But yeah, I think they turned out good. I'm happy with them. Kind of show you guys. It's kind of hard to see the welds, but I think the welds look nice. I also ended up picking up another section of my prime weld fixture table, so we might do a video on that. I got this one set up to where I can unpin it and move it around the shop, you know, make an L piece or whatever I'm doing. But I thought I'd also show you guys, this is a just a cheap Amazon special bike lift. And it works really great for doing stuff like this. I know several guys out there that have them. I think Corey Misko has one on his YouTube channel. But they're pretty awesome, though, because you can adjust the height of it. You can put your positioner, your tubing positioner on top of it. You can do whatever you want, and you can move it around as you're working on something, and it works out great for these. I mean, I love the fixture table, but for something like this where you can put it in the middle of the shop and kind of work around it and adjust the height of it, it's really nice. So I thought I'd kind of show you guys that. but yeah, I think these things turned out good, and I'm happy with them, and we'll get the ends welded on and make another video.